JJ, the CPA is here.
JJ the CPA here. Hope you're doing well. Hey, I want to give a quick update. We had some exciting news come out of the SBA yesterday with a final interim rule related to the Paycheck Protection Program forgiveness. And that was this, that you can file for forgiveness at any time. So when would be the right time for you to file for forgiveness? Well, when you have achieved full forgiveness. Now, there's calculations that you need to go through to make sure that that is the case. So you can start by just going through the EZ form, and I've got a number of videos related to that for self-employed as well as the employer. So check out my playlists that are simply titled with the PPP forgiveness in it. They're the two most recent ones. But as it relates to the EZ application, it'll basically walk you through what are the payroll costs, your rent, your utilities, adding those things up, seeing if there's any haircuts would then require you to do the other form. But I think initially, if you just go through the EZ to see, are you even there without any haircuts? Because if you haven't even gotten there without any potential reductions related to FTEs or for salary reductions, there would be no reason to file. So that's why I say do the EZ first. Now for the self-employed, you're done, okay? You're gonna take line 31 divided by 12 times 2.5, and that is your payroll cost on line 1 of the EZ. You run through the rest of the calculations, doesn't matter if you have rent or utilities, because that in essence is used for the calculations further, and you're gonna achieve full forgiveness. That would assume that your line 31 of Schedule C is the same as when you then filed to get your PPP monies. So you don't need to be concerned of, well, do I wait 24 weeks? Do I wait 8? The key is in the covered period question, put the disbursement date plus 24 weeks time period. It shows that you're doing the 24-week option, and that 24-week option for the self-employed is line 31 of Schedule C divided by 12 times 2.5, which is the same calculation when you got the PPP loan. Now, for those that they're an employer, and if you're an owner-employee, got a number of videos that you need to go to in the playlist for further detail. But the bottom line is that you do get to include up to 24 weeks of payroll to your employees. Max is still $100,000 annualized per employee, but you're looking at a huge additional amount. So if you have an employee that you pay $50,000 a year to, you're gonna take $50,000, okay, divided by 52 weeks, and then you're gonna multiply that by 24 weeks to then know, well, that's the maximum. As the owner employee, you're gonna have the opportunity now with the 24-week to do the same calculation as what's available for the self-employed, which is your 2019 wages divided by 12 times 2.5. That's the same exact amount that should have been included in the calculation to receive your PPP loan. Period. That's what it is for owner employees. Now, of course, you have to pay that amount out, and if you pay yourself more than $100,000, then you're going to have that cap. And for details related to that, you need to check out my other videos on it, because I walk through it in detail and with a whiteboard. If the payroll for whatever reason has changed for you, you get 24 weeks of rent, 24 weeks of utilities. Seems like you'd be able to achieve full forgiveness fairly easily, because your PPP was simply 8 weeks of payroll. You now have 24 weeks to spend it. For the employers, you would want to also, as I said at the beginning here, just walk through the EZ program, taking into account what your payroll costs are, what your rent and utilities are, adding those up. Where do you compare to the loan amount? There are some other calculations you can look at. You do have to make sure that at least 60% of the forgiveness amount is on payroll, but that EZ form will walk you through it. You don't have to even try and wrap your mind around it. just go to the easy forgiveness form and just walk through the numbers. So before you go to that form and you want to have a lot of questions, what's your payroll costs? What's your rent? What's your utilities? Add those things up, and the interest. Add those things up, okay? And then just do the simple math on the other three line items. Simple math. And just see if you will achieve it. If you just do that, it'll answer 9 out of 10 of your questions, most likely. So see where you are on that. Bottom line is once you achieve full forgiveness, you can go ahead and apply for that forgiveness. You're going to apply for it with your bank. So most likely your bank reached out to you. They're getting you updates. They're providing information on what documents they're going to need. Now, what documents do you need? Well, it's in the instructions and listed on the applications. You'll have certifications to do. But at the end of the day, great news that it's official. The U.S. Secretary to the Treasury did indicate it verbally at a hearing about a week and a half ago. So I knew that it was coming, but it's nice for the SBA that they've put it in writing that you can ask for forgiveness of your PPP funds. And then I'll just note, you have to have put in your application and gotten approved to get PPP by June 30. If you're self-employed, why wouldn't you get it? Because you take the line 31 of your Schedule C divided by 12 times 2.5, that's the amount of your loan. Well, the loan forgiveness is the exact same calculation. So if you need it as a self-employed, I mean, time is basically running out. We're down to a matter of hours, depending on when you're listening to this. So get the PPP application in. It is simple as can be. It's a very simple calculation. Get it approved by June 30. And then you actually can put in your application for forgiveness pretty much right after you get your disbursement. So at the end of the day, this is all great news, and you don't necessarily have to wait. The only reason you'd want to wait is that you haven't achieved full forgiveness. All right, hey, thanks for tuning in. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And then don't you ever forget, you've never met a CPA quite like me. All right, have a great day.
JJ, the CPA, has been serving thousands of businesses for the last 27 years. He is also a national speaker teaching CPAs across the U.S. about the latest tax laws, as well as an author and now what many call a YouTuber. Through this COVID era, JJ became a voice of calm during the pandemic, guiding countless businesses, self-employed individuals, and fellow tax pros through the PPP maze. Now, JJ is taking his know-how to help businesses that have asked for his help to rebound out of this mess that no one saw coming. He is doing this out of his own pocket, not for a fee, and to simply show the American business owner that they are not alone. JJ, America's CPA, is here to help save the entrepreneurial spirit, one business at a time.
Hi, this is JJ the CPA, and
The CPA is here, been doing this for years. We bout to get your money right, you got nothing to fear. From the burbs to the ghetto, put the pedal to the metal. I got my mind. Yeah. JJ, the CPA is here. Let's go. Yeah. JJ, the CPA is here.